One Piece's final saga has thrown a great deal of focus on the character of Garp, which fans least expected at this point in the story. Garp is a legendary Marine, but more than that, he's Luffy's grandfather. At the same time, he was also the beloved grandfather of none other than Ace, and there was a deep bond there between these two characters. Garp and Ace's story was certainly depressing, specifically around the Paramount War saga, where Garp was torn between love for his family and duty to the Marines. Eventually, Garp chose family over duty, but Ace died anyway. Now, Garp finds himself in a similar position, and it appears that Oda is mirroring Garp and Ace in very exquisite ways, which fans likely have taken notice of by this point in the story. How and why Ace got captured in One Piece. Ace was a phenomenal pirate and a leader of the next generation before the 2-year time skip in One Piece. Ace was a force to be reckoned with, and he had already acquired a 550 million bounty on the seas. In fact, Ace would have become the next Pirate King, or something even greater, had he lived a long life. Fans know for a fact that Ace's strength was absolutely sensational, and he did show fans glimpses of his immense power here and there. Unfortunately, he did not live long, and this was because his desire to protect his brother in the end was greater than anything else. When Ace saw a pirate from his division murder Thatch, the 4th Division commander on the ship of the Whitebeard crew, he set out on the quest to take him down himself. Ace certainly succeeded in finding Blackbeard, but defeating him was an entirely different question altogether. Blackbeard was a force that could even take down Whitebeard eventually, and was hiding in his shadows. Ace realized quickly that he could not take down Blackbeard completely. However, he could not turn back from this battle, not because of Thatch, but because of Luffy. It was made clear in the story that Blackbeard was targeting Luffy at this point. Had Ace turned back, Blackbeard would have targeted Luffy and turned him over to the world government in order to claim a position as a warlord. Ace could never turn his back on Luffy, and because of that, he decided to fight to the bitter end, and was eventually beaten and captured by Blackbeard. Ace was then handed over to the world government, and with that, his execution date was set. Normally, a pirate would just be kept in Impel Down, where they would rot for an eternity. But, Ace had to be executed. This was because he carried the blood of the Pirate King, and for the world government, snuffing this bloodline out was of paramount importance. That is precisely why the Summit War happened, where Whitebeard, along with his entire crew, attacked the Navy HQ, in an attempt to free Ace and destroy the Marines. This war was absolutely magnificent, from start to the end, but the results were certainly not to the liking of the fans. Ace, despite being saved, gave his life to protect Luffy, while Whitebeard, who came to save Ace, died as well. Shanks put an end to the terrific war, and with that, the curtain fell on a phenomenal era of piracy. How Garp mirrors Ace in the post-time skip of One Piece. Garp and Ace's situations are quite alike, similar to how Oda used Ace in the pre-time skip of the story. It appears that he's now using Garp in the same manner. Just like Ace was captured in the pre-time skip, it appears that now, it is Garp's turn to be captured. This is incredibly ironic, given that Garp was torn between duty and family during the Paramount War, and now, it is he who sits in Ace's position himself, with other characters likely coming to fight for his life soon. Garp finds himself in a position similar to Ace, despite his intentions being slightly different. Fans know that Ace could not turn his back on Luffy when he fought against Blackbeard. Similarly, Garp could not turn his back on Kobe, and knew that he was the future of the Marines, which is why he wanted to secure his escape himself. In the Paramount War, Ace saved Luffy's life, and on the pirate island, Garp saved Kobe's life. Luffy made it out of Marineford, while Kobe made it out of the pirate island. Ace fell on the island, while Garp was captured on the island. Fans also know that the war was fought for Ace, which means that another war is likely going to be fought in One Piece, and this time, a war is going to be fought over none other than Garp. Pirates led the war and brought it to the home territory of the Marines previously. This time around, Marines are going to fight a war and take it to the home territory of the pirates. A pirate's life was at stake previously, and a Marine's life is going to be at stake this time around. The future of the pirate generation was on the line previously, and this time around, the legendary hero who has already his name written into the history books has his reputation and name on the stake. Regardless of how fans look at it, a war is most definitely going to be fought over Garp, and the Marines are coming for Blackbeard. The result of Garp and Ace's capture in One Piece. Garp could potentially die soon in One Piece. If Oda simply wanted to kill Garp, he would have done so already. The fact that Garp survived essentially means that he has a greater role to play. Perhaps, Garp will die in the upcoming war doing something much more important. Or, it is also possible that he will survive and then go on to fight against the Celestial Dragons later down the line. The matter of fact is that Garp has a bigger role to play in the war to come, which suggests that Oda has a major plan for his character. As for who is going to win the war that is likely to be triggered soon, fans truly cannot say. But, given that things are going down a similar route to the Paramount War, it is likely that the defending party is going to be the victor. Furthermore, fans also know that Blackbeard cannot be taken down by the Marines, otherwise Luffy will have his work cut out for him, which essentially suggests that if the Navy does launch an assault on the pirate island, they are likely going to be the losers, and they might fail in securing the freedom of Garp. Even if they do secure it, the Marines are likely going to be the losers anyway, because Blackbeard is a threat for Luffy to